Bad drivers create serious trouble when they try to change lanes. They often don't signal. They sometimes streak across entire highways.
Whoa, buddy.
And worst of all, bad drivers like to change lanes without looking. So, as a public service, we're going to teach the country's most abysmal motorists how to stop cutting people off. The first lesson of good merging is learning how to use your mirrors. This is Canada's worst driver. Here at this mothballed prison in Guelph, Ontario, we've gathered up the country's lousiest drivers as nominated by you. Every episode, we teach the bad drivers.
So have you ever parallel parked before?
No.
Then we run them through 3 intense driving challenges. One of the nominees has already graduated back onto public roads.
Yeah, it feels fantastic. It feels great to graduate.
And right now, the 7 remaining candidates are learning how to do shoulder checks with our head instructor, Dan Baggian.
Signal, early,
Okay.
right here,
Right here.
side mirror, blind spot.
At the end of this all lane-changing episode, we'll be one step closer to learning who is Canada's worst driver.
Keep your signal light on. Why'd you turn it off? People are crossing, you have to know that you're in this lane for a reason. Okay?
You don't have to have eyes in the back of your head to be a good driver. You just have to turn your head. It's a technique that experts call shoulder checking, and it really is something you should do every single time you change lanes. But do Canada's worst drivers have the ability to see what's going on behind them while they're driving in a straight line? We're about to find out. Here's the straight line the drivers will have to cruise along. When they pass this sign, they'll have to look backwards at it by doing a shoulder check. When the drivers do the shoulder check, what they'll see is a sign that says to either turn left or right. If drivers don't look back and see the sign, they won't know which way they have to go at this V. Let's see what happens. I have to get the car up to at least 60 kilometers an hour in the straightaway, then check my sign. It said go to the right. I slow down. I make the merge. Done. It really is just that simple. Will Canada's worst drivers be able to do it? We're about to find out. First up is 18-year-old Tegan.
My name's Tegan, and I've been nominated by my friend Matt for Canada's worst driver.
The only person not horrified by Tegan's lane-changing technique is the guy who taught it to him. His father.
I raised him right, so I'm not overly surprised about it.
Tegan's family has some very strange driving philosophies. For example, they believe being nervous will protect you.
I think he's too nervous to get in anything major. He's like, it's not as if he's not careful, he's just scared, I think.
Check your side mirror, then your blind spot.
When Tegan understands the shoulder checking lesson,
Good check, excellent.
he slips in beside Matt at the rehab center for our check the sign behind you after you get past it challenge.
You're at 60.
I didn't see where the was. Every driver's blind spot includes their head restraint.
No.
People mistakenly call this pad the head rest.
Stupid.
But the restraint's actual purpose is to prevent whiplash.
If you have a neck injury and you ask for money because your neck is hurt, forget about it. Nobody's going to pay for it at all.
Dan is watching all the bad drivers perform, along with the rest of our experts.
You can't drive calmly and rationally when you're terrified.
That is Dr. Luisa Gambora, our race car driving psychologist. Philippe Letourneau is our high-performance driving instructor. And rounding out our crew is Sergeant Cam Woolley of the Ontario Provincial Police.
She shouldn't be licensed, and I'm glad the light's coming on.
Together, these wheel nuts will decide who graduates and who will stay on the road to becoming Canada's worst driver.
Cheating. This will be a piece of cake now.
Cheating.
Well, Tegan's trying to cheat, but his steering is so bad, he hits an obstacle before the shoulder check.
Yeah, lost control.
To make sure Tegan drives a fully assembled car,
Put that back to where it wants to be.
I'm his new passenger.
No, I got it, dude.
You understand why we're going again, right?
Yeah, because it's cheating. I don't know, it's tricky, man.
Yes, exactly. It's driving. Go.
Tegan's driving is breathtaking.
Don't drift.
I mean, it literally takes his breath away.
How was that one for you?
That was good.
Tegan's biggest problem is not realizing his problems.
Is this a skill you need to work on?
Not really.
Not really.
Our next bad driver isn't afraid of anything.
My name is Lindsay Kloss, and I've been nominated by my fiancé, TJ Papp, as Canada's worst driver.
TJ nominated Lindsay for one basic reason.
I have a little bit of a distractive personality. Dismiss.
In Kelowna, BC, Lindsay's lack of attention has led to some financial problems,
I pay $400 a month in insurance for it.
which has led to some personal problems.
Yes, my driving has affected our relationship a little bit.
Right after work, you want to go home, have a beer, sit down, you get a phone call. Oh, my tire's flat, can you come fix it? Oh, my car died.
If Lindsay's driving gets halted,
No, not sorry.
she'll be out of a job.
If I didn't have my license, I couldn't work. I couldn't do what I do.
Lindsay sells radio advertising time.
Good afternoon, Lindsay here. Oh, hi, Richard. How are you?
That means every day she's driving all over Kelowna, making illegal lane changes.
Oh, did I?
Did you? At the rehab center, Lindsay's on our shoulder check challenge course, and she's hitting a lot.
How much did I hit? Not a whole lot, did I?
Do.
Yeah.
This time, Lindsay performs her rehearsed moves,
Okay,
and she manages to stay in line.
What do we get out of that?
That you need to look at the road.
Well, that's a great place to start. I'm glad we've at least got that established. We'll pick it up from there later.
Oh.
The next worst driver candidate is Emily.
Honey, stay in your lane.
Emily was nominated by Scott, her husband.
She's hit pillars, parked cars, curbs.
He think I'm the worst driver, and I don't think so.
Originally from China, Emily is an organized overachiever.
These ones tell me get the key when I leave the car. Don't leave the key in the car.
Emily has an engineering degree, and here in Calgary, she owns a successful business.
What?
They didn't have the stop sign, honey. It wasn't a four-way stop.
But when she's behind the wheel, Emily can't think straight.
I should go straight?
What are you doing?
4th Street, 6th Avenue.
It's green.
Oh, okay.
As for lane changes, Emily's can happen anywhere.
What side of the street are you on?
Huh?
Instead of making decisive maneuvers,
Let me go first.
this newlywed tends to slowly drift into other lanes
What?
without even realizing it.
Why the honking?
Because you have a double turn lane and you're taking his lane, so you just cut him off.
No, I'm not taking his lane. I'm going his
Okay,
lane.
maybe he's wrong then.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see if Emily can safely shoulder check at 60.
Right is side, left is side.
Watching Emily's first run, I think her problem is steering.
No mirror at all anymore?
Nope.
But then I remember her real problem.
50. 60.
I cannot see. I cannot see.
We've tested Emily's eyes, and she needs glasses.
I just cannot see.
In fact, Emily owns glasses. She just won't wear them.
Oh, God.
She knows she's supposed to wear her glasses. She's not. That, combined with some of the driving I've seen, could have very serious consequences.
On Emily's fifth and final try, the sign she has to see says turn right.
50. Keep going. 60.
Right. This time is right. I made it?
61.
Ow!
It turns out, Emily passed by fluke.
Did you know this time just only say the T? So I said, oh, it's right.
How did you know the T wasn't left?
After the break,
Put the brake!
more merging.
You can't drive 60 miles an hour and look backwards.
The nominees for Canada's worst driver
I cannot see.
are showing us how well they can do a shoulder check
I didn't see where the was.
while driving 60 kilometers an hour, which should be no problem for Donna.
My name is Donna, and my son Claude nominated me for Canada's worst driver.
In Sault Ste. Marie,
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Donna has two driving styles.
I love driving fast. I love just stepping on the gas and going.
By herself, Donna speeds and runs through stop signs.
It gives me a high, like a high.
But when Donna drives her grandchildren,
Oh.
she controls her recklessness.
Rosie, come on.
Sometimes.
When the kids are in the car, I drive fine. Sometimes.
It worries me to put the kids in the car with my mother.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
When changing lanes or doing U-turns, Donna never checks her blind spot.
Can you go here?
It's a one-way and you're going the wrong way.
Although with Donna, it can seem like the entire windshield itself is her blind spot.
I'm going the wrong way.
Yes.
And then signal, side mirror, blind spot.
Donna has learned the proper way to do a shoulder check.
Easy enough?
Very.
That's a smooth lane change.
Thank you.
So, can she drive straight, look behind her to read this sign, and not hit anything?
Oh, I can't hit anything, right. I got to be thinking of that, too. I can't hit anything, like pylons or anything.
On Donna's first attempt at going 60,
Put the brakes!
this grandmother goes over 70. Needless to say, that's a fail.
You can't drive 60 miles an hour and look backwards. I can't look behind. I can't look behind.
But how do you
I can't
change
go-
lanes?
How do I change lanes? I just change.
Without looking.
Yeah.
Our experts believe that every licensed driver should be reevaluated when they become a senior citizen.
Isn't the testing age 80?
Up till 80.
Yeah.
80 years old, you
Which
go in
is-
for an information session and some basic testing on your knowledge.
That's way too late.
So absolutely.
That's way too late.
This time, Donna will try shoulder checking at 30.
I can probably do it at 30. Hey, I did it.
But at 50, 50! Donna turns her head, smashes the passenger side mirror, and thinks she's succeeded.
You hit something, no?
Oh, I did?
Oh, please don't tell me you didn't notice.
No, I didn't.
Attempting this challenge at 60 isn't going to happen.
I won't be able to do it right now.
No? That was your maximum speed?
Kind of killed the mirror, eh?
On working days, our next bad driver logs about 100 kilometers.
My name is Ken Westwood, and I've been nominated by this dirty rat, John Levitt, for being Canada's worst driver.
Ken drives all around the new Westminster area of British Columbia, delivering fancy chocolates to stores.
I've had a few accidents. I rolled my car over.
Those near-death experiences haven't dampened Ken's superiority complex.
I don't know why I was nominated, because really I am a great driver.
He's not. Ooh. When it comes to lane changing, Ken never blinkers.
I'm not hanging around for these farmers.
Ken changes lanes accidentally.
I banged into cars going around corners a little too wide.
And Ken won't let other cars change lanes.
No, you son of a... I'm not letting you in.
So, at the rehab center, how will Ken do on our shoulder-checking course?
Oh, left,
right.
Drivers like Ken are the very reason you should always shoulder check.
Shoulder check. Straight to me.
Oh.
The mirrors are gone.
Every time Ken looks left, he steers all over.
Ken's in sales. He drives a lot, and he drives badly a lot.
What happens if I look this way?
Well, you're not going to see the sign.
Oh.
Perhaps shoulder checking is beyond Ken.
No, it's not beyond me. It's not beyond me. It's not beyond me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
And with that, Ken does it.
Oh, I did it. You did it. You did it.
Shoulder checking is the first driving technique Ken's learned since he was 18.
Well, that's 42 years ago.
So there's a nice little brush up.
Yeah.
Our next driver hates changing lanes.
You got to get in that lane.
I can't.
Amy.
No, it's not happening. Hi, my name is Amy Lee Wisniewski, and I was nominated by my husband Bob for Canada's Worst Driver.
Amy and Bob have a brood of 5 kids, but Amy's usually too terrified to drive them.
I'm scared to drive in traffic. Too many cars around me make me a little nervous.
She's a hazard to have my children in a vehicle, and I fear for everyone's lives while she is driving.
Amy never drives the speed limit.
They're holding up traffic.
And she freezes whenever it's time to merge.
What do I do?
Get on.
Where?
Amy agreed to being in rehab so she can develop the confidence required to drive her children more often.
Where do you want to go?
Home.
At the Driver Rehabilitation Center, Amy's on our shoulder-checking course, and she's drifting to the right.
See, I've pegged them all.
On Amy's next attempt, she drifts right again.
She's one of these people that knows that when she looks over her shoulder this way, the wheel goes, so she actually forces it the other way.
I did it again. I did it again. Me.
Amy failed every run, but she now knows she drifts.
So this is a good challenge for you.
Yeah.
This is helping.
Oh, yeah.
The next candidate hails from Medicine Hat, Alberta, where her monster truck is a mere fashion accessory.
My name is Ashley. I've been nominated for Canada's Worst Driver by Canada's Worst Husband, Brian.
I'd give you the finger, too, if you did that.
And I run you over.
Ashley needs to get better at driving because it's starting to get tough on the pocketbook, fixing all her broken and, you know, it's for the safety of her family.
The family includes Diesel, who's just days away from his first birthday.
I think I should become a better driver because I have a son now and I don't want him to pick up any of my bad driving.
When it comes to lane changing, Ashley is a road hog.
In what world can you turn right across 2 lanes?
In Ashley's world, 2-lane crossovers are done all the time.
She likes to do these, she calls them California lane changes, and they're basically just cutting people off at high speeds.
I don't give a flying.
At the rehab center on our lane change challenge shoulder check course,
Give her.
when Ashley leans forward to look behind herself,
Left.
she drifts and hits an obstacle.
I hit on one thing.
That's a fail.
The biggest thing at home was to stay in your seat.
instead of turning just my face, I turned my whole body, and I kind of didn't watch.
Watch this. Ashley's second run
Left.
is perfect.
I didn't hit a thing.
Maybe Ashley will be this episode's graduate.
I'm so happy. Going home.
When we come back, the nominees perform a dizzying amount of merges.
Oh my God!
Canada's worst drivers have learned the 5 steps involved in making safe lane changes.
So, check your rearview mirror on your approach. Check your side mirror, signal, your blind spot.
Yep.
And then drop into your lane.
The logic is this. First, you make sure nothing's coming. Then you let other traffic know your intention. Then take a final look to see if anyone's passing you. Then change lanes.
Just make sure you do your checks, signal early, and it's fine. You should have no trouble.
Knowing how to make decisive lane changes is an important part of driving in thick traffic. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is weaving in and around half a dozen cars that are stuck on our prison roundabout.
These circling vehicles will maintain their speeds of 15 an hour and 25 an hour.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out onto this roundabout, and when I see a gap in the traffic, I go.
Do I ever go? I'm in a Jaguar. And to complete this challenge, I have to pass every car on the track.
See it, mirror check, blinker, shoulder check, I'm in the other lane.
It's fast thinking, but slow driving. Never more than 30 an hour.
So where am I now? I'm behind the number 5 truck. I see a space to my right. There's my space. I blinker, I shoulder check, I take the lane, I unblinker, I'm good.
I've only got 1 car left to pass.
I take my head turn, I'm done. And that's it. I'm at the finish line.
This course is repetitive and tight.
And it's a little bit of a confusing ride because of the circular motion. But it can be done fairly easily. Now let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Ken is up first.
Okay, go.
From the get-go.
Inside, signal, left turn.
John dominates Ken's driving from the passenger seat.
Is it right lane, right turn?
Yeah, that's the part that still bugs me about Ken is he keeps relying on John way too much for his driving. He's going to have to learn to do things by himself and be in control of the car. You know?
Right lane, signal. Give us some gas. Let's go. Right lane, right check. Left lane.
Yeah.
Check, check.
The number 5 vehicle is being driven by me for this challenge. But I feel like I should switch with John.
Pass, right around. Go.
Ken's done in 4 minutes, but he hasn't made his own driving decisions.
I'm not saying I would have been as fast, but I would have made those decisions anyway. Okay, let's see it.
I see it almost instantly. Ken checks both his mirrors, then lets the traffic around him know his intentions by blinkering.
Blinking, then shoulder check, and then over.
Correct.
Is this challenge the same without John? I'm paying too much attention. I'm sorry. To what? To my driving. Excellent. That's the right answer.
Ken's perfect run is the fastest one yet.
BC handshake, no? Good show.
Freak out queen Ashley is next.
I don't want to do this. How do you do this? How? Like, seriously.
After 3 minutes, Ashley is melting down.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, see how easy
No,
that
I'm not.
Okay, now switch lanes again. Switch lanes, get on the
mirror
other
check, shoulder check, go.
have to get back in another lane again because you're behind the van.
When she's screaming, all she does is she's agitating and scaring herself more. And you can't drive calmly and rationally when you're terrified.
I'm shaking. Brian, I'm shaking. Oh my God!
There are 2 pieces of good news. First, Ashley finishes safely.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And second, Ashley has learned the value of mirrors.
Works.
It does work,
It's the only way you can see behind you.
Yeah, it's amazing.
18-year-old Tegan is next. Tegan's general inexperience makes him very jumpy on the gas.
Whoa! I think Tegan's one of the most erratic, confused young drivers I've ever seen on the road.
Now do I go out?
Tegan's afraid to finish this challenge, so he pulls off.
You were supposed to pass the black car still.
So did we finish or not?
No.
Quitting challenges won't lead to graduation.
Come on, Tegan, I want to go home and stay home.
Not gonna happen.
Let's get her done.
When Amy hears about this challenge, she merges right into crying.
Fuck. This kind of negative thinking is going to be causing some pretty bad behavior in the car.
I don't want you driving through tears.
Yeah.
So take your time.
Yeah.
In time, Amy goes,
Okay.
but she doesn't like it.
Are you kidding me? How do I get past him? You can't. There's just no way. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna get in.
Poor Amy just cannot deal with this. You have to make sure your speed stays consistent so you can fit in with the traffic instead of getting in traffic's way.
Oh my God.
You have to pass somebody.
I'm done. I can't.
Yeah, you can.
What would you like me to do? I can't do it. I can't.
Amy can't do it quickly, but eventually she sees her way through the traffic and through her tears.
What'd you hit?
Nothing.
What'd you scratch?
Nothing.
Why the tears?
Scared the out of me. Yeah.
When we come back, we'll finish merging,
Why is this guy going too slow?
and we'll learn what Canada's worst drivers believe road signs mean.
That means no pedestrians.
The average modern automobile contains about 3 kilometers worth of wiring. All of this electronic mayhem is supposed to make you drive better. But even with dozens of gadgets in every vehicle, Canada's worst drivers just can't seem to change lanes properly.
I can't do it. I can't.
Out again. Out down there. Ah, you're going around again.
Emily is next in the lane change challenge. Emily starts correctly by checking her rear view and side view mirrors.
Of course, I check my mirrors.
Then Emily correctly blinkers, shoulder checks, and lane changes.
That guy's
past the
going
one.
slow. That was about the best lane change you did right there.
That's okay, thank you.
Emily's looking really good here.
I think I passed all.
She has passed all the cars.
Okay, now I'm done.
And Emily's passed the challenge with flying colors.
Very good.
Yeah.
Before rehab, Lindsay didn't use mirrors.
I didn't even have this mirror, and I didn't have a mirror on that side.
Wow.
When Lindsay pulls into traffic, her seatbelt isn't on correctly.
Was that bad?
I would say so.
Really?
Lindsay is always putting the seatbelt under her arm, and that is just super dangerous. Even in a minor collision, she's going to have a very serious injury doing that.
Lindsay finishes
Wow.
without working on her mirror technique.
I didn't use my mirror every time.
Donna is the last driver
Oh, look at this, a Jaguar.
on our slow merge course.
Not fast?
No, not fast.
There's no fastness?
There's no fastness.
Oh, hell.
When Donna pulls into traffic,
Why is this guy going too slow?
she drives around with her left blinker on.
I'm having fun. This is great.
There's only one thing Donna doesn't like about this challenge.
Well, this stupid slow driver. Huh?
Donna races through our circle merge faster than anyone else.
That was fast.
Start it off.
I got to drive a Jaguar. Fast.
Many of Canada's worst drivers are illiterate.
Oh, they can read English just fine. But if you show them a series of signs that contain the squiggles and graphics used by the Department of Highways, their inability to read becomes shockingly apparent.
To understand the vast array of Canadian road signs, our instructor Dan says you first need to understand signs are color-coded.
Start with the color.
Construction zone.
Construction signs are orange.
And orange signs are always temporary.
Carpool. If we can get more people coming in one car.
Not even close.
Yellow signs are cautionary tidbits of information.
Hey, that's the speed bump sign.
No.
Signs with a black background,
Where is this?
Where it is?
denote something happening with the lane right now.
Why is it black and why is it this sign?
I don't know.
Signs with a white background should be very well understood.
You're okay to pass cars.
Not even close.
White signs have legal ramifications.
The big X means something.
Yeah, I mean what?
That means no pedestrians.
X means stop.
While we're at it, this means uneven pavement. This means grooved road surface ahead. And this means you're turning left, facing an oncoming left turn lane. These folks have a lot of wacky beliefs.
You're driving over a bridge with maybe holes in it?
Not one of them scores 50%. But it's Donna.
Merge.
Who's the worst?
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
Out of 15 signs, Donna only understands these 3.
That's bad.
After the break, we'll see if the drivers can merge into public traffic.
Emily, you're on the wrong side of the street right now.
It's time to see if Canada's worst drivers have really learned what they've been taught about lane changing.
The final challenge in our all-merging episode is to motor up and down a public road while making safe lane changes. The goal here is to do 15 lane changes that are safe.
For this challenge, the drivers will make their way to this multi-lane road where they must perform 15 perfect lane changes. To judge whether the nominees' maneuvers are safe, we've given each nominator a scorecard that shows the safety checks which must be done in proper order.
Lane change.
Instead of systematically going through the list of safety checks,
It looks like he's trying to do everything at once.
Tegan is randomly flailing away.
Oh, that was a bad one.
Tegan's lane changes are all bad.
Rear, mirror, shoulder.
Remember, the safety checks are mirror, mirror, blinker, shoulder check. Go over one lane.
That was a double lane change, man.
After just 8 minutes on the road.
I'm done.
Tegan's done?
I'm all done.
I smell a rat.
How do you change lanes? Give me the rundown.
Well, first I signal, look in my mirror, and shoulder
You
check.
didn't signal first.
The order of lane change safety checks is a mystery to Tegan.
I just do it all at once. I don't know.
That's why you're here.
While Tegan ignores the opportunity to practice parking,
Nice.
Lindsay makes the first safe lane changes of her life.
Okay, mirror, mirror, blinker, shoulder check. Nice. Mirror, mirror, blinker, shoulder check. Mirror, mirror, blinker, shoulder check.
Lindsay finishes and wants to graduate. But her fiancé's not ready.
Let's go.
I don't want to get back in there with you.
Scott's looking like he doesn't want to be a passenger anymore either.
Emily, you're on the wrong side of the street right now.
Whenever Emily and Scott drive together, control issues are the destination.
You're taking a right.
Whatever. You're a judge, so whatever.
Driving with his wife turned Scott into a person he doesn't like.
We're done here, okay?
Emily knows her lane changes have upset her husband because he has
that look on my face.
Unbelievable.
What's really unbelievable is Ashley.
This one, blinker. That one, look, merge.
She's failed 15 lane changes in a row.
Okay, just mark me fail on that one.
And she's about to experience a much larger failure.
My brakes, that was scary.
What?
They were like, for a second, it was like, it wouldn't, like it felt like my brakes were going.
Ashley creeps off the road with no braking ability.
Now you gotta crank it right to the floor before it brakes. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, you guys need to take a look at this.
There's no need to look. All Brian has to do is smell.
Can you smell that?
Yeah, I f***ed up.
Ashley's brakes failed because she drove almost half an hour with the parking brake on.
I do not want to do this show anymore. It was a mistake. I don't give a rat.
If Ashley gave a damn, she'd be a better driver.
Don't care. Don't care. I really don't care. I'm staying here and I'm choked. Get the away from me right now. I mean it.
Amy just had a very close call.
3 dead pedestrians.
They're not dead, are they?
No one is dead, but
I just cut them off.
Amy's lane changes are dangerous.
What are you crossing off now?
You're on my list here that I...
You're yeah, I'll remember that the next time you almost hit somebody.
Amy's lane-changing attitude still needs work.
Lane-changing and merging was one of the reasons you came here.
Yeah, it was.
Before coming to rehab, Ken wouldn't signal before changing lanes.
I'm learning the basics of using signals. I'm not going to stop in the middle of the sidewalk.
For the first time ever, Ken is concerned about other drivers.
I'm looking in my side, I'm looking over my shoulder.
Right.
And I'm turning in.
It's 100% better than when you came here. 100%.
Ken's newly discovered karma has run over his old dogma.
I would have happily cut off somebody and taken the chance, but I understand the philosophy behind it now.
Back at the Love-In,
I don't want to be here anymore.
Ashley is blaming her stay in driver rehab on her husband.
Don't yell at me. You could have said no, I told you to. If you didn't want to go, yes, I did. How many times I said don't go if you don't want to do it.
Don't away from me.
Ashley came to rehab so she could be a better driver and therefore a more protective mother for her new son. But
so we're getting our kid's first birthday. I hope you're happy.
If Ashley doesn't graduate before our final show,
oh my God,
she and Brian will miss their son's first birthday.
Now, are you supposed to be trying to do lane change? You'll be doing this all night.
As dusk approaches, Donna pulls into the parking lot that Ashley and Brian are fighting in.
Don't worry, it's not my problem.
Donna's problem is the 24 unsafe lane changes she's made.
Do we need another page? Huh? Oh.
Donna claims to be getting better.
It's okay, nothing happened.
But she can't stop breaking the law.
Did you stop at the stop sign? I had to say again.
Donna's driving might be beyond repair.
You are Canada's worst driver?
I don't know, I think so.
Right now, I'm going to rescue Ashley.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll just come up with a simple challenge, and it starts with release parking brake.
I know! That's why this is always happening to me.
Why do bad drivers always think this stuff happens to them?
Maybe that should be the next tattoo. Remember to put parking brake in off position.
I need a lot of tattoos for all the driving stuff I've learned.
And so ends one more day in Ashley's driving career.
Bye.
After the break, we'll choose this episode's graduate.
Tegan, it ain't you.
It's time for one of the nominees for Canada's Worst Driver to get their license back as our newest graduate.
I don't think Tegan's quite ready to graduate. I think he just needs a little help with his nerves.
If I graduate today, I've definitely learned some tips that are totally going to make a huge difference in my driving.
I am trying my hardest. I will get out.
Before anyone gets out, the bad drivers head to our courtroom to answer the question, do you deserve to graduate?
Absolutely, I deserve to. I'm working my butts off.
Dan taught me some really great lessons. I was applying that.
I feel like I have been rehabilitated into being a safe driver.
Why don't you want to stick around to learn even more?
It's a personal reason. My wife is a quadriplegic, and she really needs my attention. And the reason I came here was that I really was and honestly, I feel comfortable that I can go on the road and be a safe driver.
So, who will graduate?
I didn't stop at that stop sign.
Well, it won't be Donna.
Oh.
It won't be Tegan.
I was being a bit of a...
And Amy doesn't have a chance either.
Okay.
Emily doesn't even want to go.
I don't think I deserve to grade, so I think probably just stay here.
It's time to decide.
Well, my number one pick would be Ken.
I would agree with you on that one. For me, he's by far the most improved and the best driver I've seen out there.
Instructor Dan hasn't seen it.
I'm more comfortable having Ashley on the road beside me.
The last time Ashley was on a road, she killed her brakes.
Now you gotta crank it right to the floor before it breaks. Does that make sense?
Not forgetting to put the parking brake down. That's, for me, it's a big issue.
I can forgive the parking brake incident. She made a mistake that can be corrected. She knows the serious consequences of it.
Sergeant Woolley agrees.
I think she just edges Ken out.
My vote is for Lindsay to graduate.
Really?
Lindsay?
No.
No.
But the experts insist on me breaking the tie between Ashley and Ken. Sometimes when I'm the tie-breaking vote, my choice even surprises myself.
It came down, Ken, to you and Ashley. So, the judges made their decision. And Ashley, they said Ken is going home.
Great on Ken! Wow! God, I just humiliated myself. Good job, Ken. Good job.
When Ken first drove to our rehabilitation center,
no woman's going to pass me.
He behaved as if bad driving has no consequences.
Behave?
Yep.
Smarten up?
Yep.
And you'll be a better driver.
Okie doke.
Going through our educational process...
Jesus, John, you're me up here.
Ken was like a wild horse who needed to be broken.
This is good for him, very good for him. He's not a happy camper, but I think it's really good for him.
After a series of colossal failures...
This is the worst experience in my life.
Ken began accepting help from our experts.
You want to keep looking all the time where you want to go.
And suddenly, everything started to click. Ken learned how to parallel park.
I would say that's a near perfect.
How to use his blinkers.
I'm learning the basics of using signals.
And how to be safe for other drivers.
I came as a very angry driver, and I leave as a person who understands that driving fast and road rage isn't the way to go.
Ken, our newest graduate.
Bye, Ken. Bye, John.
8 drivers showed up here. 6 still remain. One of them is Canada's worst driver.
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver, it's the most shocking graduation ceremony ever, as someone is barred from rehab.
Unbelievable, man. Holy. Did that really happen?
Before that happens, though, we get things rocking with an episode devoted to stick shift driving.
Break. Oh my God, that was really bad.
Hey, this sake, nobody should drive a Honda.
And when we combine clutch driving with our annual water tank challenge, humility awaits.
Oh, you bastards!
Maybe someday I'll be able to help Canada's worst driver.